Hey guys, it's Max Convexity. Let's look at these Defiance option strategy funds real quick and see about their option strategies for tomorrow. All right, let's check out JEPI first. Here's a chart of the SPX. And I also overlaid something. I overlaid the 9-day VIX. This is what Jay says is most closely correlated to the dividend payment or to the amount they're going to capture. I saw a letter that Jay had written to one of my subscribers. He cut and pasted it or forwarded it to me, and Jay mentioned, hey, keep an eye on the 9-day VIX. Don't worry about, Jay said, don't worry about share dilution. He said that didn't affect it. He said the reason that it's been paying less is because of volatility going down. You can really see how pronounced this is if you go out a little bit. I'll get back to the profit box in a second. I'm gonna make this a quick one tonight and let you guys go. But anyway, you can really see right here on the 9-day, you can see back here in September and October last fall, for 3 months we were consistently 25, 26, and even a low 20, even at a low 20 or 16 for a second, and then right back up to 26. Well, now when we got a high, we bounced to 20. That happened in October when we flushed. And what was that, October 27th? No, October 23rd was the low of this move. I think last year the low was October 17th. The low's always in October. Not always, but Octobers are typically a rough month for the market, but a great month to buy the dip. Look, if you bought the dip last year, my goodness, it's down to 3,600. That was Monday, October 10th. These are weekly charts. I think the 13th was the exact low of the move. Go figure. Anyway, all right, so we'll go back to the profit boxes. But yeah, you can see right here. All I'm saying is you can see right here when volatility was consistently for a whole year during 2022. When it was low, it was at 18 to 20. When it was high, it was at 30. And it was, traded at an average of 26 or 28, somewhere in that range. So, yeah, that's when these funds make really good dividend payments. The JP Morgan funds were killing it back then. Even the Global X funds were killing it back then. Look what I found. Or I've showed this to you guys before. Here's the Global X QYLD fund. And let's look at their payments in 22. They 3%, 28, 29, 31, 42, 36, 27, 40, 43, 30, 30, 28. They had quite a little run here from, above 3 is huge on these monthly options because these monthly options don't collect a whole lot of premium. These guys just caught 3 points for the whole month. They gave their shareholders 1 point, but they caught 3.12. Well, these Defiance funds and the YieldMax funds, some of them will catch almost that much in a week. Not really, but I mean, Coney does, and they'll catch half of that much in a week, in a good week. Anyway, you could see when volatility cooperates, it makes a world of difference. These funds are able to earn more money. So that's how much they were earning in 2022. Now let's look at the last 6 months here. All right, so 1.8, 2.4, 2.1, 2.5, 2.3, 2.8, and then in November, 1.8. In January was even, in December was even lower than that. I don't have the numbers on it yet. So the difference between 1.8 and the consistent, and just call it 3 back here in 2022, it's 1.2 points on something that's only 3. It's like 30%. And I saw somebody comment in Discord today, in one of the Discords I'm in, how come these payments are off 30%? These dividends are off 30%. Did they cut their dividend? They don't really cut them. They just give you what they earn. Defiance does. The Global X keeps some of it, and that's fine too. Some funds like to keep it, and and then just only give you a certain amount. I will say this is something cool I found today. Look at Defiance, look at QYLD, look at Global X. Where was this? Yes, okay. December of 2021, they must have had a hell of a year in 2021. They paid a dividend of 2.25%, and they usually just pay a consistent 1%. It looks like in 2021, they weren't even paying 1% most months, so maybe they kind of did a catch-up dividend. Yeah, they were only paying 82 basis points, 87, 87. June of 2021, July of 2021, August of 2021, and September of 20 and October of 2021, they weren't even paying a full point. So I bet you those months were super non-volatile. What do you want to bet? Okay, 2021. Oh yeah, well 2021 was the last time we were in a freaking. Well, yeah, 2021 was a yeah, of course. Well, that totally explains it. And look at volatility. That's the lowest volatility got was in here of May 2021, June. We're talking 10, 11 points, 10.8 or something. And right now, we're at 11.3. So that shows you how much worse it can get. I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, but you just got to be realistic about this. But the other thing is, we could have a black swan tomorrow and we could go back into a high volatility regime. And you just don't know in advance. There's no way to know. So, that's why I say just stay allocated. But and the other thing, stay allocated. And yes, it sucks if volatility keeps going down and the dividends keep decreasing. But the dividends on everything else keep decreasing too. J.P. Morgan won't be able to pay as big of a dividend. Neither will FEPI. When there's less volatility, their dividends all go down. Some of them are structured where they catch a little more upside, and some are structured where they have more downside safety. But that's another story. We can talk about that any day. But let's talk about these profit boxes more. I'm not trying to keep you guys late. I appreciate your patience. Okay, so did we already look at this one? Yeah, we did. Let me make sure. 30 minutes is a good time frame. Oh yeah, I started talking about intrinsic and extrinsic. But anyway, you can see there's a lot of intrinsic. So that's all potential profit. I mean, the whole box is potential profit, but the yellow is what's really important. So look back here at how little extrinsic they were getting back here, how thin it was. That's because it was after a multi-week, a multi-day up move. That's a pretty thin one right there. That's a thin one. This one's a big one because of the one-day shock, but then it started going back to little ones. Same thing down here. We get a 3 or 4 day shock, and these, we start getting some extrinsic again. But as we keep going up, it's going to start shrinking again. It just is what it is. All right, so QQQY. Let's see what these guys did. All right, these guys sold 162 puts at the 16,820 level. So 16,820 is our max profit. So that's also going to be the top of our profit box. And they received 80 points for these guys. So that's pretty good. Just looking at points, that's more points than they've received lately. Looking at extrinsic, it is more extrinsic than they've received. I almost wonder if this is a 2-day option. I'm going to check just to be safe. Nope, they're for tomorrow. All right, these guys are killing it. So we'll see if they get it. Let's go over here and look, look at this. It's 1.3 million. They made 1.1 today. They almost got all of the million they were going for 2 days ago. They had to buy an option back for $1.29, but they almost got all of it. That's still a real nice trade. Then the day before they made $1.1 million. Then the day before they made 900,000 of a possible 1.3. These guys are fighting back. This fund's working as designed. All right, let's look at this graphically. All right, so yeah, it's pretty nice size. Pretty nice size target to aim for. Here's the vol crush, of course. It's the same story on every chart. All right, so let's look over here at this last one. I'll let you guys go. IWMY. These guys did do a 2-day option. These don't expire till Friday. All right, they sold 494 at the 1980 level for $23.83. So 1980 less 23.83 is 1956.17. So we're looking for a close somewhere between these two prices, preferably as close to 1980 as possible, if not above. All right, so these guys they're going for 9 points of intrinsic and 14 points of time value. That's triple the time value they had the day before, and 35% more than this day, and triple this day, and quadruple this day, and quadruple this day. So anyway, these guys are with this 2-day option. Hopefully they're gonna capture a lot of extrinsic. That's this whole game. This whole options game is you're trying to capture all the extrinsic. You want to capture intrinsic too, but the extrinsic is the part you're really going for. It's the part that you know you're going to get for sure, because extrinsic always goes to zero. Intrinsic doesn't necessarily, but it can if the market cooperates with you. You know, if the NASDAQ goes up from where it closed up a few points to 16,825 or whatever the strike was, I think it was 1680. Or 16,820, yeah. If it goes up to 820 and stops there, they both go to zero. Intrinsic goes to zero, and extrinsic goes to zero. But no matter where it goes, if it goes up here or down here, extrinsic goes to zero. That's why they call it time value. All right, so IWMYs, let's check these guys out. And these guys did do the 2-day option, and there it is. You can tell by looking at it. It's you know, the profit box has more height. The height represents the amount of premium. The length represents the days till expiration. Most of these have 1 day, so they're half the length. All right, so that's a big juicy target to aim for. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for listening tonight. I appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow with some more videos. Thank you very much.